So what actually is the meaning of life? Now, this perspective that I'm going to share with you has come off the back of let's call it a journey of transformation, but that would certainly not be highlighting quite the ugly side of it, the digging into my past, confronting demons and all this kind of stuff that's been happening over the past 18 months. Because essentially I've come from a space of, achieving business success. I'd do talks around the world, and I kind of felt that I was in this flow state and I had stuff figured out. And then reaching a point where I'd start asking a lot of the bigger questions, like, why am I here? What's my purpose? Like, what is the real vision of the future that I want to create? Why does it matter? All these sort of questions. And that's really what sparked this process of unpacking and unraveling who I thought I was. Now, to break this down, I think it's actually quite simple to break down what the meaning of life is. And I know that sounds absurd to say, but when you break it down to some fundamental components that we know, we can really start to figure out the answer to the question. So first of all, on a grand cosmic scale, like on a universal scale, humans do not matter. What we do today, what we do next year, what we do in our lifetimes, what even the entire race does, what the planet does, like, we are a tiny, tiny, tiny speck in all of space, and we are an absolute minuscule blip in all of time. We are totally insignificant in the grand cosmic scale of all that is. So with that in mind, everything that we do as human beings that we think holds meaning or that matters in the grand cosmic scale, it doesn't, right? That's it. Doesn't matter. Now, if you imagine you're a newborn baby. So you've just this moment you've been born, you've appeared in the world, and let's for a second just forget the 9 months leading up to being born. Just imagine that you've just materialized into existence in this moment. Now, if that's happened, who are you? So at this point, you're no one. Like, you have no name, you have no experiences, you have no past, you have no beliefs, you have no likes, dislikes, wants, don't wants, you have nothing. All you have is a present awareness, and you have an experience of this moment, this present moment. That's it, that's all there is, right? An experience of this present moment. And then over time, as you start to experience more present moments, you'll start to form an idea of, or a construct of self, a construct of who we are, which is based on what we learn from interacting with the world around us. So all of our past experiences will start to build this idea of what we like, what we don't like, what we can do, what we can't do, how we fit in with other human beings around us. Like, all of this stuff will form essentially a construct of self. And then from that, as we grow up, we'll start to build an idea of what we want to create in our lives. What do we want to do? And all of these ideas of, like, goals of the future, meaning, purpose, vision, all of this kind of stuff that we'll start to create as we get older and older, that cannot exist when we're just an ever-present awareness. We're just an awareness, right? Again, go back to the newborn baby example. A baby can't have a vision of the future because it doesn't know anything. It has nothing to compare against. It's got no basis to even formulate what future looks like because there is no past. And so vision and goals and purpose, all of that only exists within the construct of self that we create, which is based on our past. Our vision, our goals, our things that we want to create in our lives in the future, they matter to us, or we tell ourselves that they mean something to us based on our construct, which is of self, which is based on our past. Goals, vision, purpose, future cannot exist outside of ourself, our construct of self that we've made up, which is based on our past. And so if in theory we were just being ever present and ever aware, and we weren't within our construct of self, if in theory we'd all be Himalayan goat farmers, then does it mean it's wrong to subscribe to our construct of self and therefore set goals and set vision and create a purpose of the future? And no, it doesn't mean it's wrong, because first of all, there is no right or wrong, but second of all, our construct of self is a major part of what makes us human. Now, yes, if we were to transcend self, you would ultimately become ever-present and therefore Himalayan goat farmer. But as long as we're human and we're subscribing to self, what really matters or means anything, if there was meaning, which of course in the cosmic scale there isn't, but if there was meaning, the point of us living as a human being and experiencing life as a human being is exactly that. It's to experience life. It's to experience an enriched life as a human being. And so with that being the case, we can ask ourselves, well, if we're subscribing in part to our construct of self, we can have an awareness that we are within our construct of self. We can see ourselves making the decisions that we make, or ultimately making the choices that we make. We can see that happening, but it doesn't mean we need to not operate from within that construct of self. All it means is that we need to focus our attentions on living an enriched and happy and fulfilled life. Now, a major part of my own journey with this was almost wrestling this idea. I was making it wrong to be myself, and part of my character of self is that I feel alive and I feel on fire when I'm like hunting down some almost unobtainable goal in business or in life or whatever it is. I love a challenge and I feel alive when I'm hunting it down. However, it doesn't mean that I need to operate under the illusion that in the cosmic scale it actually means something, or it certainly doesn't mean that I should postpone my happiness or my fulfillment or my enjoying of the present moment and my enjoying of life. I do not postpone feeling enriched in life until an imagined future scenario that I haven't created yet, because by definition, doing that, I'm avoiding the very meaning of my life. I'm avoiding what it is to be human, and to be human is to experience being human. And one of the best things about being human, or all that makes up our being of being human, is how we're feeling in the human experience. And I'll give you a really tangible example, because I'm conscious this is kind of going off in the clouds a little bit. We set goals and we set our a vision of the future, and we work to find our purpose, because we'll tell ourselves that when we achieve those goals, let's say wealth, when we earn more money, or when we get in a better career, or when we live in a bigger house or whatever, we'll tell ourselves that by doing that we will feel happier, we will feel more secure, we will feel more comfortable, life will feel better in some way, we'll feel better. None of us set goals because we think that when we achieve those goals we're going to feel like crap. In one way or another, every single one of us is working towards, or we convince ourselves that we're working towards, feeling good in life, feeling happy, feeling safe. It's all about how we feel. The human experience is about how we feel. So the only thing that matters as part of being human is that we are doing things that facilitate us feeling and being a certain way. That's all that matters. And again, we can recognize with awareness that in the grand cosmic scale none of this really matters. However, as part of being human and experiencing life as a human being, it is about feeling good as a human, it's about feeling good with what we're doing. Now, if part of feeling good, or something that contributes towards feeling good, is to set goals and work on a vision of the future and create a purpose around life, like if part of that, if doing that allows you to feel good in the pursuit of that, then great. However, if setting like this big purpose or big vision of the future is actually causing you to feel, stressed, anxious, paranoid, like pick any negative feeling you like, if that's your daily state in doing what you're doing, but you're telling yourself that one day things will get better and you're postponing that feeling based on an imagined future, we're missing the entire point. The point is that all that matters is that we're experiencing life as a human being in the most enriched and fulfilled and enlivened way that we that it's possible, that we can. And it's about how we feel. So if what you're doing is making you feel like crap, we're doing the wrong things. Or more importantly, we may be doing the right things, but we're looking at life the wrong way. We're looking at it through the lens of that there is some bigger meaning and bigger purpose, and then suddenly things are magically going to work out okay when we get there, and suddenly we're going to reach this promised land where when we have all these things, then we'll be and feel a certain way. It is an illusion. We can choose to be and feel a certain way in the moment, right now, based on appreciation of what we have. We're already richer, like if you're in a first world country and you're watching this video, you're likely already richer than 98% of the world's population. And what? We're saying that, oh, when we become richer than 98.2% of the world's population, then we'll be happy and then we'll be comfortable and safe and fulfilled and all this stuff. It's crap. We already have everything that we need in our lives to feel happy and abundant and grateful and experience life fully, with enjoyment and all these positive emotions that form part of being human. And when you boil it down, that really is the meaning of life. And one of the things as human beings that we know makes us feel good is giving back and contributing to others. We're social creatures. We feel great when we help others feel great, when we help others live fulfilled and enlivened lives. And so if you want to build vision and purpose and goals and all those things, you want to create a business that enables you to do things that allow you to live that fulfilled and excited life. Like if you want to do that, great. And if you want to put your focus into contributing and giving back to others, great. But recognize with an awareness that none of it matters. It's all meaningless. On the cosmic scale, we're just a blip in time and space. It's never going to mean anything, and that's okay. Don't try and make it mean something. Just experience life right now. Live life right now. Live life. If you want to give back to others, great, give back to others, because part of that giving will allow you to experience life in the most enriched way, and that's all that matters. That's why contribution is so important. Help others live fulfilled lives, you'll live a fulfilled life. And that's it. That's the only point. So that's my take on this. I hope this makes sense. I know this has been a little bit long-winded, but answer to the question of what is the meaning of life? The meaning of life is to experience life. That's it. If you've enjoyed this and you have some perspectives, I always love to hear people's comments on these videos. So please hit like if you've enjoyed it. Please comment below if you do have a perspective to share, because your comments can help a lot of other people look at things from other perspectives as well, and ultimately create some change in their own lives. So if you do have something, please comment below. And also, if you've enjoyed this, please hit subscribe, which you'll see in the bottom corner right there just now. I do plenty more videos like this, not all this deep. Some are to do with online business, but that essentially is this is the gist of topics that I'll often talk about. So hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. You'll get a reminder for every time a new video is posted, which is 3 times per week. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll speak to you in another video. Bye for now.